Hello everyone, I'm Soumyadeep Ghosh and I'm a part of Ubuntu Flutter Community, and I've also been a part of Snapcrafters, and I'm also a part of currently Ubuntu membership board and obviously the Ubuntu community itself. So today I'm going to talk you through about Flutter, how it has emerged or it can become a cross-platform alternative for the Linux apps ecosystem, like how Ubuntu is embracing Flutter for its desktop parts, or how it's like using Flutter for the app center itself or the prompting client, and how we are also polishing and working on Yaru as a framework for Linux apps in Flutter. So we are going to look through that and all the projects and all the things that are happening around Flutter in Linux. So first of all, a bit about Flutter. What is what's Flutter? Like the birth of Flutter. It was introduced by Google in 2017 as a mobile UI framework. It was initially targeted, like the target platforms initially were iOS and Android, and it utilizes the Dart language. Most of you might of course know Dart, but for a general information, it's an open source general purpose programming language that's like C style syntax with strong typing support, typing interface, and sound null safety. Like it was made mandatory from Dart 3.0. So yeah, these are some basics about Dart, and like that's the language that is keeping Flutter in, that is bringing Flutter into existence. So expanding Flutter beyond mobile, like when mobile was Flutter's first approach, for Flutter's first target platform, but later on Flutter expanded to web support. Like the beta came in 2019, a stable release in 2021. There was also desktop support. Official desktop support for Linux was in 2020, and there is also a very growing interest, a huge interest of Flutter's support in embedded devices, also unified code bases, like single code base for multiple platforms. That's the motivation behind expanding Flutter beyond mobile. Like this allows, like, to allow developers target Windows, Mac OS, Linux, web, Android, iOS, any platform from one single code base, from one single UI, from one single backend, one single business logic, everything in one single unified project. Next up is Canonical and Google's collaboration. Like how Canonical and Google collaborated about bringing Flutter in Linux. So in 2020, Google partnered with Canonical to bring Flutter to Linux, and enabled Flutter apps to seamlessly run on Linux desktops. Like uh, Canonical employees and various community partners also worked on creating the GTK based shell that is used by Flutter to run apps in Linux under the hood. And of course the Snap Store. Like we have got plugins, we have got extensions to support Flutter, everything baked into the Snapcraft tool that's used to build snaps. And of course there are CI pipelines in various platforms to support the publishing of the snaps directly in the store. And this is where the Ubuntu Flutter community and the Ubuntu community of like Flutter guys that came into picture. The Yaru widgets and the theming, like the Yaru theme is a very old theme used in Ubuntu, and this was later introduced in Flutter by the Ubuntu community, by Canonical and Ubuntu community in partnership. Like the community developed this Yaru widgets and icons for Flutter. The Yaru's design guidelines are followed, so that like this icons and this UI looks very much coherent in a Linux desktop, specifically in a Ubuntu's default GNOME desktop. This would look very much like very much integrated, very much coherent look. And that's all about Yaru widgets. Like you can obviously go and give it a try. You can also see an example screenshot on the screen right now. And the Ubuntu Flutter community. who are we? Who are we? We are a group of developers. We are a group of developers that are aiming to enhance Ubuntu desktop and Linux apps, of course, as a whole, using Flutter. Like, we are using Flutter to build around Ubuntu, to build around Linux as a whole, and we are trying to bringing in various libraries, various APIs that are used in Flutter. For example, MPV bindings, for example, the XDG desktop portal bindings. All of these are brought to Flutter by the community. We also have Yaru widgets, and of course we also have tutorials. Like, we have a full-fledged tutorial, not to mention that I have also learned Flutter from that tutorial only. So we have full-fledged tutorials, documentations about how a very new beginner who has very less to no knowledge about programming, it's about Flutter or about these tools, how they can start on working on Flutter, how they can easily embrace Flutter, how they can easily use Yaru widgets. You can find all these tutorials, all these things about Yaru under the Ubuntu Flutter community's repos, and under the Ubuntu repos also. And we are trying to encourage collaboration and sharing of Flutter based apps for the Ubuntu desktop and Linux more and more. And like, we have been working on, like, we have a lot of enthusiastic guys around the community. They constantly try to work on and create many different apps, like, based on Flutter. We are already working on this music app, which I'll talk about later in the next slide. We are also working on a matrix client. We are also working on some tool chaining, and we also working on email client app, which is being worked on all by the community. The community also maintains the Yaru framework, the Yaru icons for the Flutter thing. So for the Flutter, everything is like maintained in the community and in collaboration with Canonical. So that's all about our community itself. And now the spotlight of UFC, the Ubuntu Flutter Community Spotlight, Musicpod. It's a Flutter based music radio and podcast player. It's a very popular one. It's available on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and an Android version is also in the development pipeline. One can easily find the local builds in the repo itself. It's basically a local music player. It can also fetch online radio streaming, or it can also fetch podcasts, manage your podcast subscriptions. And Musicpod, truly, in a true sense, it showcases the Flutter's cross-platform capabilities and the community-driven development. How, like, you can go and see that how many developers have contributed to Musicpod, and how we all together have shaped Musicpod to the place where it is today. And of course, Musicpod is available for Mac OS, Windows, Linux. That really shows how much capable Flutter is to build like consistent UIs for cross-platform apps. And it's all in one code base, one single code base that this thing is built upon. There is no multiple UIs, no multiple shared logics, no multiple business logics, nothing. It's all one logic, one code base, and everything from there, directly from that one single project. So talking about the cross-platform capabilities, Flutter's target is to write once, deploy across multiple platforms, and that's going to be essential for apps in Linux. So like many developers would like to target their apps in both in Android or other operating systems, Windows, Mac, and they can also easily add support for Linux as most of the plugins, except the native and platform plugins that are used by the tools, by the dependencies. Except those, most of the dependencies that are available in pub.dev can be easily used in Linux, can be easily implemented in Linux. Like, you don't need any specific changes, like only as said before, and only the platform specific features, like for example something very specific to Windows, something very specific to maybe Android. Except this, any like any changes isn't required. There is no change of the code base is required, and this also ensures a very uniform user experience across multiple devices. Like you are basically writing the same UI for every single desktop, for every single platform you're going to ship your app on. Like you are writing one single code base, one single business logic, as I have been saying again and again. One single UI, one single business logic, everything, just one single uniform user experience, and just write once. No need to think about the platforms, about how to deploy and all. And of course, the developer experience and tooling, like this is something very big, like this is something very very promising about Flutter itself. Like Flutter offers a robust development experience with features like hot reload. Like this basically allows developers to see code changes instantly without even restarting the app, or even like it just, you click the button and you see your changes right in front of your in front of the screen. Like it is so efficient. Like just for example, you are just changing the color, or you are just changing the button style. You don't need to restart the app, or you don't need to rebuild the app. It's just one button, one click away. Just to say hot reload, it's press the R key binding, and you will see your change right into your app. And of course, the integration with various IDEs. Specifically, I would like to mention with the integration with VS Code. It's superb. It's really fascinating how how Flutter has integrated their complete ecosystem around VS Code, like from building to debugging your apps, to profiling, to inspection, widget inspection. Everything is properly integrated with VS Code. And talking about profiling and debugging, there are various different tools that are provided by Flutter, like performance profiling tools, widget inspection tools, and various others. And of course, the CI/CD support to automatically deploy your apps directly to the stores or wherever you want. Like tools like Bitrise or CodeMagic, all this support the CI/CD pipelines, and basically enhancing your productivity around your app. So next up, we are going to talk about Flock. Like this is a community based fork of Flutter to enhance the community part in the Flutter project itself. Their aim is to stay up to date with Flutter, and also bring in community requested improvements that community wants. Flock has been a recent thing, I would say, and they have been around for quite some time. But let's see what they bring to the table. They are still a very new thing to the Flutter world, and let's hope that the community embraces it. And now, the upcoming desktop jam by UFC. So we at Ubuntu Flutter Community are planning to organize a desktop jam to promote desktop app development in Linux using Flutter. We are basically, like, this was actually inspired by various game jams that we have seen before, and this will really help us to increase awareness, raise awareness about Flutter apps, about Flutter and Linux itself. And of course, like, maybe this can grab some attention around that different companies that are already, or different developers that are already developing their apps with Flutter, and they're still not shipping their apps to Linux. They might think about shipping their apps to Linux, and this can be a very good opportunity. So if you would like to join, if you would like to know more about the UFC desktop jam, about UFC itself, please scan the QR code, and you will get to know. You will be redirected to the discourse post by one of our community members. So this was it. this was my part about Flutter in Linux in general, and how Ubuntu community is developing, is working and helping the Flutter community of Linux, or Flutter as a whole in Linux, to grow. How we are working on Yaru as a very prominent theme and framework for Flutter apps to look very coherent and very much off the place, very much very much, how to say, uh, consistent in the desktop. And how we are also working with Flutter and Dart to get various different desktop related supports, like for example multiple windows, and various platform specific changes, various platform specific library support in Flutter for Linux. The community itself is also working on all these things, and along with that, there are all these various bunch of projects. There are all this bunch of cool projects, bunch of libraries that are being worked on by the community. So of course, go come to work, visit the community's GitHub repo, GitHub organization repo, and check them out. And so that's it. If you have any questions, please shoot. Thank you.